All right, welcome everybody. I am Paddo. With me is Deceptible, and we're going to be casting MrCubez going against Umbrella here, deep in the tournament, into round 4, like deep to the dark depths of the Duelyst Community Throwdown. So last time we saw this really great, calculated, aggressive Abyssian deck, and now we're going to see what Umbrella has in store for him. Do you know a little bit about Umbrella's deck, Deceptible?
I know Umbrella absolutely loves Portal Guardian and crafted 3 as soon as they were added to the game. Interesting to note, too, we saw MrCubez mulligan his entire hand, which is always scary. And I can only imagine in a tournament environment how unsettling that was for him. Luckily, he got Sarlacc out of that. An opening Orb Weaver. Oh! Casting Nope on the Sarlacc. Oh, that's a crawler. Oh, I thought he played. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, still, I mean, at least putting it on the crawler is actually not too bad. He can go up here and trade and take out both the Orb Weavers if he wants this round. But at least it won't be the crawler doesn't have the ability to take out multiple stuff if he wants to. It doesn't have the ability to move multiple times. It looks like he's just going to choose to take the mana crystals here. Rotates out, gets a Tracer, going to play the Sarlacc. I imagine he's going to go...
Yep, trade off.
Yep.
Nice play by MrCubez.
And now he's going to look at the brackets. It's very important. He doesn't know. He's like, who might I face? This is the critical matches. He's like, Kage Panda. A Fireblaze Obelisk. Interesting. How comfortable would you feel playing a Fireblaze Obelisk at this point? At this stage?
Well, Obelisks are always susceptible to lure in this matchup, although Fireblaze is valuable in any location as it buffs any of the dudes that you play. Speaking of lure, yep, pulling it close so that you can get the freebie auto attack for the kill.
And actually, we see some Deathwatch. I didn't see Deathwatch in MrCubez's deck before, but he has it for this time around, which is actually probably pretty good against a Vitruvian player.
Oh, definitely. Whenever dervishes kill themselves through combat, I'm pretty sure it triggers Deathwatch. I don't know if Ephemeral causes it. I've never had it come up.
I would guess it would, but again, I don't know 100% know for sure. Man, Umbrella's all about this obelisk life, man. He's letting it all ride on obelisk. And he's trading, man. He's just like, all right, we're at 21-21, let's do this. It's kind of an interesting game that's coming out of this, though, right? It's like the rush for the obelisk.
Bro told me he got a lot of flack for using Windstorms, but he says he still stands by his decision and really enjoys using the card. I think Windstorm is really strong.
To get the extra health?
Most certainly, especially when you, like, on any of the dervishes that you can summon, especially Orb Weavers are the guys that obviously love the obelisk buffs, but it just allows them to trade harder.
So the good news is Mana Forge is out and still alive, so he actually has the opportunity here to potentially get some cheaper spells off.
He's only outnumbered 6-1. Well, 7-2.
He's got this, bro. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
That's a play. And he got to play it for 3, which means he can actually second wish too this turn. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Stars Fury, the great equalizer.
And the best part is too is that'll actually take the Spectral Blade off of his hands, although he still has another one in his hands. Yeah, there it is, the second wish. This is going to be pretty brutal if he can trade out and keep that keep at least one of these celerity minions alive.
Running out of that turn timer, he's gotta smash some guys up here quick while he has time.
Oh man, he got none of the celerity out of that. I would have thought he would have brought one of those other minions up and traded. Yeah, you see the oops right there. He knows. Yeah, because you either brought the other. Oh, he didn't swing with the back one. Oh no. It was too great for himself. Like he didn't like. Oh man, that is unfortunate.
Oh, and that's gonna turn into 4 damage from the Shadow Dancer.
This is Trade Town. This is where you start. It's like, hey, look, all these deal like double damage.
I always love how Mana Forger like summons a bunch of what look like peacock feathers and then throws them at you as his attack. I always thought he had one of the more unique attack animations.
They're phoenix feathers, bro. That's how he does it. So 7 mana. The Star's Fury was a potentially amazing, but a little bit squandered turn. But still, I mean, like, you still would have had something similar to this turn that came out of it. Could have saved yourself about 4 damage.
Bro, I was gonna go hang out with Sarlacc.
Portal Guardian comes out. An
Late to
Ethereal
the
Obelisk.
party, but still did.
So in his hand, so he actually could get rid of this Portal Guardian with what he has in his hand currently. Oh wow, 2 more Sarlaccs. Ugh. That's like all the Death Watch you need. Yeah, that's mostly a wrap here now at this point. Doom. So, nice round 1 from MrCubez. Going to be able to take game 1, and now we'll see actually going to go back to the sideboard. See what he decides to keep in or out. So if you were Umbrella right now, what would you be sideboarding in, or what would your potential sideboard be?
I would definitely, when you play against Abyssian or Magmar, you throw in more Star's Furies, as Star's Fury tends to be pretty solid value. Also, Ankh gets a lot of mileage out of the erratic displays that Abyssian tends to put on the board. It's another card that I would add more of. Hexblade, the units tend to be smaller for the most part on Abyss, so it's easier to drain and not lose any
Durability.
charges.
Yeah.
Those are some of the options and directions I'd go. Adding, like right here, Frostbone Nagas is another option for clearing out multiple minions for minimum investment.
So actually putting Flameblood Warlocks, it looks like. And he added looks like he added a Shadow Nova. So it's going more like have some more late game in there.
The old, where are you on my list?
Duelyst tournament problems. There's too many people online.
We're just all too friendly.
All
Obviously,
right.
friends
Everybody
list
just
is
adding each
good.
other as friends, helping people out. We just see how this series does develop and how Umbrella comes out game 2, because I felt like last game, like, despite his good efforts, I mean, that Stars Fury was awesome, but it was also like he kind of squandered a little bit, and then after that, though, like everything else he played was kind of just like slow. Like he just kind of had like he kept putting out gates, but they kept being killed. Like I don't think Obelisk spawned a single minion, and it wasn't because it was like put in an irrelevant spot or dispelled. It was like just literally just wiped every time. But again, you know, that's kind of the thing about tournaments, right? Like it's a different kind of pressure. Like there are some nerves, so what you would normally pull off casually playing, sometimes it's harder to in those pressure situations to figure out what exactly the right move is, right?
Certainly. A play that Umbrella made that I've deviated from my own use with Truvian is second turn, first play Orb Weaver. It's usually really hard to play another unit outside of that. So although he was able to cycle through 2 cards using Siphon, I'm surprised that maybe he could have possibly played 2/2 drops and the Siphon and maybe saw more of his deck sooner.
Yeah, so it looks like match the challenge is out, at least for now.
Reap of Despair.
Right, man? It's got to be like I want to see someone's like sunshine and rainbows. Like that's their Abyssian deck name.
Can't beat my deck name for the tournament. Hummingbirds.
Yeah, yours was pretty awesome, I must admit. It's the creeper opening, threatening multiple cores, but not taking any away here. So Umbrella still has a potential for a really good turn, and he's actually smiling about it. So either he's just really happy to be playing this round, or he's gonna have a really good. Oh no! Did he have Bone Swarm? Oh, he has Bone Swarm.
Oh, excellent!
The dream. The dream.
MrCubez has a good attitude about it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest though, like getting 2 creep piles is like not that bad. Like even though it's a great value play, like he's probably still pretty happy at least to have the creep piles. He's actually see look, he has 2. Like look at the value here, man.
Wow.
He's like, thanks a lot. I get to play 2 5/5s now. Like right? Like look how good that was for him.
That was excellent. Oh. Line our smiley faces all around.
No, Magmar, sad face. That free Bone Swarm, man. All the value. So the question is, what does he have for this turn to deal with some 5/5s? He has a Portal Guardian.
Portal Guardian.
He's very Protoss, the Portal Guardian, which actually kind of makes me like him a little bit more. Ooh. Yes, I mean, it's not going to give him damage, but it is going to get stuff very healthy, which is actually pretty decent for this point, and he can play something off it as well. Ooh, Dunecaster.
Dunecaster. Excellent.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to trade out here with his general, I'm guessing. Yeah, so he's going to commit to it. He's already prepared to put the 4 damage, to take the 4 damage. He's at 4 core, so like actually this board for Vitruvian is like so good. Because like you have a 5/5, he doesn't want to sack that to get rid of anything. He's probably going to keep it. He has nothing else he can play and follow it up with the removal, so he's basically just getting out more fatties here and swinging away. But the potential for a second wish now is very, very scary for the Abyssian player, because there's a lot of big, healthy minions on board.
Second Wish Portal Guardian is a destroyer of worlds with his frenzy.
The other big thing too here is so the smart thing MrCubez actually did here too, as you can see, he's in a stack formation. So he learned from the Star's Fury last time. So he's actually stacked, so only one Dervish would come out. So he's not susceptible to that, which is good for him. It's basically on like, can there be a big second wish out of this? Potentially, and clear stuff out? Or what actually is his plan here?
Everyone closing in, Mana Forger cheesing in.
He's like, retreat! Aha! I mean, they're at low health total very, very early here. Prismatic Illusionist. Interesting. So what's he get? Another Mana Forger. Dang, man. Next turn's got to be really good. Rasha's Curse.
Free Rasha's Curse.
So he does get to play out a lot. It looks like he actually can trade out and kill the Elemental here. So yeah, it's gonna boom boom. So 3/6, Abyssian General online has 7, 10, 12 damage currently on him. So he actually could put him down to 3 in this turn.
Flame Blood sacrificed for Assassin. Wow.
He's going to get rid of the Portal Guardian. So the age-old question is, do you swing? And the reason you ask do you swing, because 15 health, 13 health can be a big difference here, depending on what is in the hand of Umbrella. And the thing about Umbrella is he has every spell he has is 2 less to cast. So this could get really ugly really quickly. But he is at 3 health, so he's like Void Pulse will already do almost enough of it on its own. He also has the way to remove a minion, so unless he stacks 2 minions in front of himself, he's not necessarily safe from just having the general walk up there and melee him to finish off this game.
What does Umbrella have up?
Portal Guardian.
Okay.
And a bunch of spells, that'd be nice. Orb Weaver. Nice. So this is actually pretty tough for Abyssian to get through. He can put him to 1. The question is, how does he dig and what does he dig for? I'm actually kind of suspect of that ditch right there, actually. Only because you're going to want to be able to get rid of the Portal Guardian more than likely. Because whatever he plays now is pretty much forfeit.
Yeah, most certainly. I'm surprised he kept the Juggernaut. I don't know what plans he would have had for him. Just Wraithling spawned in a good spot for a wall. Tapping that 2 health.
Interesting he played it actually up there, but I guess he wanted to try to put it in front of the thing up there. So yeah, he goes to 1 health and he's still alive. So he makes the teary sad face, but really, like, he shouldn't be that. He's probably he still has to get to through 14 health. We see nothing in his hand that's going to win in the game next turn. He would have to replace into it. So this is actually a very interesting game where Abyssium has him on death's door, but can he finish him off here? Because now Vitruvian's built up a hell of an army. Rasha's Curse for free, which is always nice. Tunecaster comes out. Oh, wow. Oh, it's getting big, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, did he concede? He did concede. So he knew it was coming, so he just literally is like, I'm out. Apparently, he's building a new deck. A new deck is being built after last turn, so that's game 2. Very abruptly, I think he escaped out. He knew it was over and didn't even want to see the killing blow come in. I mean, although, to be honest, like, you know, it's... Umbrella's like, well, that was scary. I mean, it is really hard, I can say, as like a player to tournament experience, too. Like, when you're 1 health away from, like, winning the match, right, and moving on, and now you're in a situation where you're like, damn, man, like, I got to run it back. So he actually picks up, he put a Breath of the Unborn in, which is interesting because that would actually give him some clear.
Yeah, it would have wiped out pretty much that entire battery. I also like MrCubez's aggressive use of Flame-Blood Warlocks. I've always really enjoyed Flame-Blood Warlock.
Yeah, I think he's actually pretty good. I've been experimenting it with my own Songhai decks recently. It's kind of another way to burn it down. Aggro beats. New deck. Ready.
For the finale.
It's the final countdown. And you're kind of like, if anybody's an Abyssian player wants to learn to play Abyssian, like, you have a pretty good view right here of some strong Abyssian decks, or like how they're kind of constructing what the common stuff is used for. The one thing in here is there is no there's no turning any minion into a 10-1 or Darkseed. Yeah, there's no Darkseed here, so there's none of that aggro. You see he has them, but he's not actually playing them in his deck. Which honestly his deck's been playing pretty well without them, to be frank. He's still getting a lot of burst damage off with this conjunction of cards, and he has a pretty solid curve.
Yes, certainly. It's nice to see, you know, the versatility and the options that Abyss brings to the table. MrCubez has played very well.
You see he's kind of looking between all his decks. You can see the spells range like differently. Like one has 13, one has 9, one has 11 spells. So I'll actually fast forward some time here. He's playing with Vitruvian decks. Alright, looks like they're ready. He's like, I'm just gonna. He's probably. I mean, it actually probably was a point too where he's looking at Vitruvian, probably thinking like looking over what the cards are, what he could possibly play out there.
Can't challenge when they're away. There it is. Go. Aggro beats start.
All right, let's see it. Let's see this. If the adjustments are going to work for MrCubez here. Now, you ditch the Void Pulses early because even though they're damaged, the heal actually is a big part of it too. So, don't necessarily want to start with them.
In the Gloom Chaser, interesting. Getting Starlight out there, like I thought he did last time. It was a.
He pump faked you, man. He was like.
Yeah.
Although, you know, Crawler is pretty good opening too. I mean, it clears out a lot of the opening creatures that you would put out. Probably actually makes him feel okay putting on a Mana Forger. Oh, Inner Oasis. Oh. That's actually a really strong opening there too, because he gets to play something for that costs 3 or less. So he's gonna Orb Weaver out. Damn. That's pretty fire right there. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and he has the Siphon. So he basically dumps his entire hand round 1, and that's an efficient Vitruvian turn. And if you're MrCubez, you're probably not liking that. He can take a core and go to 4. He does have that option. Mana Forges are very disruptive, especially in factions where, like, you mean, like, you play against Songhai players, you typically expect them But like Vitruvian and even some of these other factions, once you get like, if you're able to keep them on the board, having one cost off of all your spells does a lot for your faction. It really like changes how your curve works. Much like how if you played like a Golem deck or played with Kujatas in a Magmar deck. Vitruvian has, as you know, has some of the most powerful spells in the game.
Most certainly. Yeah, Mana Forger, very much so, changes the ramp of the tempo of the game. I've had a lot of success with them recently. Time Maelstrom even earlier is really, really dirty. There's the annoyed face.
He's spamming the annoyed face.
Annoyed face.
Oh, and the Siphon Energy coming out here too. And this is one of those turns where Vitruvian is really just rolling right now. And being able to silence it and not have it create 2 creep is actually really big, especially since we've seen from the previous turns the potential effect creep has on, like, you know, the minions that can come out and how much advantage it can create for Abyssian.
Assassin's getting really, really sick value on Obelisk.
He gets her that Mana Forger. He's like, I hate you, Mana Forger. Mana Forger's like, peace out, thank you. But this is still a terrible position because for everything he was able to clear, you're still looking at, I mean, Umbrella with his troll tears, right? Because like 2 minions out for Vitruvian's like, it's like, you're great. He's feeling great. Yeah, right? Like, he's like, my minions are still alive? Awesome. I'm winning.
Some hot general on general action here.
Oh, wow.
Fireblaze, oh.
Here's it coming into play right there, man. Oh, no.
Tooncaster.
Oh, no.
7-3.
Oh, no. The humanity. So now at this point, essentially this is the field goal formation, and MrCubez is the ball here. So he's able to get actually some health back here. He's going to be able to take out the Ore Weaver. And he was able to ditch a decent amount out of his hand. Obelisk is going to get to summon, which is great for him at this point. 15 health for MrCubez.
Yeah, that Dervish is a 3-2 thanks to the Fireblaze Obelisk.
This is a very dangerous position for MrCubez at this point because even at 15 health, he is within lethal pending what we see come out of Umbrella's hand. And he's basically kind of at the mercy. Like, this is a very behind situation. He's been trying to burn through his hand, but it really hasn't been working for him because he's not really pulling out anything that's sustainable, and he's not able to really gain ground on the board as well. Another Fireblaze Obelisk? Damn, man. Seeing the power of the Vitruvian fire right now.
One of the nice things about
the spam. Yeah, I mean, he pretty much realizes there's not a lot of outs at this point. He's going down to 6 health.
Those are some 4-2 Orb Weavers.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he can ditch some stuff. He gets some health out of this. You can see it. I mean, he plays very fast, but he knows it's pretty much over. And there's going to be the concede. Umbrella going to move on in this one, it looks like. Did he actually just... Is everything catching up to him conceding? It looks like it is. So there's Gabe. So congratulations to Umbrella. He's going to move on. Great match play by both players.